If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in advanced level where we are solving previous year IIT JEE questions on definite integral. So in this lecture we will be solving from question number 15 to question number 20. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. So question number 15a we have already solved, that's why I am skipping this one. Now if you come to question number 15b, so these two summation is given, Sn is given, Tn is given, the same summation, but one is starting from 1 to n, one is starting from 0 to n minus 1. So can you recall that definite integral, the two different types of sum? If I go in this way, that means I am going from n equal to 0 to n equal to n minus 1, and I start from this side, then it starts from 1 to n equal to n. So this type of questions is this one. Okay, now to convert it into definite integral we need 1 by n. So if you take n square common in the denominator, it will be of this fashion. So 1 by n will be taken out, and then this is 1 plus r by n whole square. So it will be 0 to 1 dx plus 1 plus x whole square. So both these will give rise to same definite integral. So if you solve this definite integral, the actual area will be this one. Now which one area will be greater, which area will be smaller? For that you have to see what is this function, either it is increasing or this one. For increasing we know for 0 to n minus 1 it will give less area because the required area is the area under this curve. So this area, because this small area you are left out, so this area will be smaller if it is increasing function, and if it is decreasing the reverse thing will happen. So if you see if you see this function, so this is a parabola, this is an x square plus x plus 1 whole square. So this will be a parabola, and it is an upward parabola. Why it is upward parabola? Because you can see A is positive and it is upward parabola. Okay, because it is upward parabola, so 1 by this one will be downward parabola. Now they are asking from 0 to 1. So 0 to 1 you can see this portion, because 0 to 1, in between 0 to 1 the limit is from 0 to 1. This is always positive, this is positive. So if you want keep on increasing your denominator, that means your numerator will be keep on decreasing. So if your denominator of this fashion, decreasing function, so if it is a decreasing function, now if you start splitting it, and if you starts from n equal to 0, so here if you starts from n equal to 0 to up to reach you n minus 1, this height, n equal to 0, n equal to 0 means you are taking this side, and lastly you are taking this side. So that means 0 to n minus 1. If you go up to 0, from 0 to n minus 1, that means your area will be more than that required area, opposite to this one. So that means your Sn, which is from Tn, which is from 0 to n minus 1, will be greater because it is decreasing function. So Tn will be greater and Sn will be smaller, just opposite to this increasing function. This theory you have discussed in theory. You check that theory, you will find it. So that's why it is option D and A, both correct. Next, if you come to question number 16, let f is a non-negative function defined on the interval this, 0 to x this, then you have to find the value. So you can take differentiation of this one using Leibniz theorem, because you need to find fx, then you can find f2. So if you do differentiation, you have already seen this function, you put the upper limit, then differentiation of the upper limit x is 1 minus this with lower limit minus differentiation of lower limit will be 0. Same this here, upper limit differentiation of x is 1 minus 0. So ultimately you will come with this fashion. This is f dash x whole square. Now what is f dash x? This is plus minus under root fx whole square. So that means dy dx is under root 1 minus y square. Now those who have already seen differential integral, because I need y, that means I need fx, y equal to fx. So you take y just below y and dx separate, variable separation, differential equation. Now if you integrate this one, it is sin inverse y is equal to this. Now the condition they have given at 0, it is 0. So you put this condition to find this c. So if you put it there, you will see that means y is equal to this one. Now your function is non-negative, so you cannot take the negative value, because sin negative will give you negative. They have said you that it is non-negative, so that's why I have taken y equal to sin x. Okay. Now what they are asking? They are asking f2, f1 by 3, all these values. Now I have already shown you. If you see this graph, this is y equal to x line, and y equal to sin x goes below to this. This is y equal to sin x. So what will be the value of at y x equal to half? So this is your half comma half. If you put half, then your output is also half, but you here sin half is less than original half. This length is half and this is sin half. Similarly sin 1 by, so both will be less because sin curve is just below y equal to x line. So that means it is option C. In trigonometry we have discussed this one. Now if you come to question number 17, limit in minus pi by 2 this one n equal to 0, then they are asking a relation between n and n plus 2, I2 n plus 1. So I have to find the relation between In and In plus 2 or In plus 1, whatever. So again, because there is a trigonometry and minus pi to pi, so we have a temptation for, because it is from minus pi by 2, now it will not be a king rule, it will be queen rule. If we apply the queen rule, instead of x we will be putting minus x. So it will be minus sin x by ex, and this will be minus x, and this is minus. This minus and this minus will go on. This pi by x will give 1 by pi by x. So if you add these two, if you take LCM, then this will cancel, you will left with only this much. The numerator is also odd, denominator is also odd. So if you divide these two odd by odd, so output will be even. So if it is even, then you can, from the property, you can write it 2 into 0 to pi by 0 to pi. So In will be equal to this one. Now if you start with option 1, In is equal to In plus 2. So In plus 2 minus In should be equal to 0. That means let us calculate what it is. If it is 0, then I can say In equal to In plus 2. So this is In plus 2 instead of Nu plus and plus 2, and this is In. So if you minus it, denominator is same, so it will look like this. Sin C minus sin D if you do. Finally, if you integrate, you can do this integration. You put this limit pi, if it is 0, if you put 0, then also 0. So it is 0. So that means In plus 2 is equal to In. That means option A is correct. Next, if you come to option B, so all odd, you can see all m equal 2m plus 1 is odd. So if you put m1, then it is 3, 5, 7. So if you, that means m equal to 1 to 10, if you do it is I3 plus I7, that is up to I20. Now from here, what is I1? I1 is I3. What is I3 is I5. So everything will be equal to, all odd powers are equal. I1, I3, I5, I7. Similarly, I2, I4 all are equal. So these are all equal. So this is all equal to I1. How many I1 you are multiplying? 10, because 10 not there. So 10 into I1. What is I1? Sin x by x. N is 1. So sin x by x is 1. That means answer is pi. So it is 10 pi. So therefore option B is also correct. Similarly, you come to option C. Then it is all even 2, 4, 6. So all events are equal to I0. So I0 equal to I2, I4 using that one. In equal to In plus 2. If you put 0, then it is I0 equal to 2. If you 2, then I2 equal to I4. So what is I0? Sin 0 pi by sin. That is sin 0 by 0. That is 0 by 0. So it is 0. That's why C is also correct. Now In is not equal to In plus 1, because if In equal to, that means I0 is not equal to I1, because I0 you have calculated. What is I0? Is 0. What is I1? It is pi. So both are not equal, so obviously In cannot be equal to N plus 1. So ABC is correct, D is wrong. All three are correct, D is wrong. To come to 18, if FR is a R2R is a continuous function which satisfies this one, then find the value of F ln 5. Again, what we will do using Leibniz, if you differentiate, it is f dash and it is fx. Again, you segregate this one we can write y dash, that means duy, or this is equal to y. This is written as y dash equal to y, or dy equal to dy dx equal to y. So dy by y is equal to dx. Those who have seen definite differential equation, variable separable, you can easily see. So it will be ln y x plus 1. So if you take fx, so everything will go up above e, which can be written as a lambda, and the constant they have not given, but if you check, if you put 0, because it is given for any x, so it will be 0 to 0. So 0 to 0 integration is always 0. That means f0 equal to 0 they have given. So you put it there, so therefore lambda should be equal to 0. So that means your fx should be equal to 0. So that means whatever x you put, the output will be always 0. So that is your answer. So if you come to 19, the value of limit x tends to 0, 1 by x cube, this one. So now again, if you put x equal to 0, it is 0. This is in the numerator, and this is in the denominator. So if you put it 0, numerator will be 0 to 0, 0, denominator will be also 0. So 0 by 0, so you can apply L'Hopital easily. So integration of this one divided by, differentiation of this one divided by differentiation of this one. This one is 3x square, and differentiation of this one using Leibniz, you put the upper limit x ln 1 plus x by x to the power 4, and then differentiation of upper limit x is 1 with respect to x, minus if you put lower limit and then differentiation, then it will be 0. So if you bring it this side, it will come look like this. So ultimately one factor will come ln 1 plus x by x. So what is ln 1 plus x by x? That is limit x tends to 0, that is 1. So these will become 1. So ultimately you will left with 1 by 3 into this. If you put x tends to 0, then it is 1 by 12. So this is your answer. Next, the values of this is equal to this one. In integration, if you see there is a polynomial numerator, polynomial denominator. If the numerator is higher degree, then we generally divide and bring it to the lower than the denominator. So this is something of this fashion. So it will be, if you divide it, because the upper limit, what is the highest power? X to the power 8. You are dividing by x square, so obviously we will get x to the power 6 in the upper highest degree. Then something of this fashion, because this should be 1 less than this. remainder will be 1 less. You can divide, one can take product of this one using expanding binomial, then you divide whatever you have divided in class 12, class 8, 9, you write this expression divide, then also you will find. But though there is no need, I am writing it in a format. Okay, now this remainder, because this is the remainder, so you can find this remainder using remainder theorem. So if you divide it by x square plus 1, that means you are dividing by x square equal to minus 1, x equal to I or minus I. So the remainder will be fa. You remember that remainder theorem, if you divide by x minus a, then remainder is fa. So it will be I or minus I. You put it there because that will doesn't make sense, because everything is x to the power 4 and x square. So if you divide it, you will find it is minus 4. You can put it minus I also, then there will be plus. That will make it same because whole square. So it doesn't make any sense. You put I or minus I, both will give you minus 4. So this is the remainder portion that is left. So I am not checking the entire results. I am taking from the option. So if you integrate this one, you will get something of minus pi format. So, and all these are integers. So if you put all these are, because it will be x to the power 6, 5, 4 something. So then if you put 0 and 1, so no pi will be there, only numerical values will be there. So you can think that the numerical values minus, because pi is irrational. So this will be rational minus something irrational. So this portion you have, irrational portion you have calculated, that is pi, and everything should be rational. So that means that satisfied only option A. That's why it is option A is answer. You can do this portion also, you will get this is the answer.
If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.